Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Heroic Brick Studios. That's right, in case you guys don't follow me on any of my social media platforms, or if you guys just haven't been paying attention to my channel recently, I recently rebranded my channel from Epicnic 100 to Heroic Brick Studios. Now, before I actually get into, before you guys, all freak out and stuff like that, no, nothing is changing. I just wanted to have a name that sounded a bit more, it sounded more professional, so I settled on Heroic Brick Studios, and I have a lot of stuff in the works that I'm not ready to talk about just yet, but give me just give me more time, and I'll definitely update you guys. So just stay tuned for that. But anyways, today I have another top 10 LEGO minifigure series, or another video for the top 10 LEGO minifigures. And today, I have the top 10 LEGO Marvel Villains minifigures. Now, I did the DC villains last year, and I kind of wanted to wait a little while before I did the Marvel villains. Now, Marvel has a lot of great villains. I personally like the DC villains more, but Marvel has some really good villains that definitely cause trouble for all the heroes in the Marvel Universe. And this is actually going to start off kind of like a chain of Marvel videos, because I've been doing DC videos for a while, and I just did all 6 Infinity War reviews a couple weeks ago, so I'm keeping the Marvel train going, in the spirit of the hype for Avengers Infinity War, so I do have a video planned for that pretty soon, and you guys might be able to already guess what it's going to be, so I think I've been going on for long enough, so let's get right in to this top 10 list. Starting off with number 10, we have MODOK. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why MODOK? MODOK isn't one of my favorite villains in Marvel, or villains in general, obviously, but he's definitely a unique minifigure, and in case you guys haven't watched any of my other top 10 videos, I base all of these figures off of just, their unique factor, my personal preference, or just the amount of detail. This one's definitely on the unique side. So, with MODOK, it was really cool because this entire head piece is an original mold, and I don't think LEGO's implemented this with any other figures. So, in case you guys don't remember where this figure came from, this came from one of the Avengers Assemble sets back in 2014, so almost 4 years ago. And I think I remember it was a spring set, so this figure's been out for 4 years, and he's never come in another set. I have no idea the value of the figure. It's probably not that much. You guys can probably pick him up pretty cheap. The thing that he came with was this chair that I kind of modified, but I just took off some of the extra pieces because it looked a little bit ridiculous. So the chair doesn't really look that great, because in case you guys don't know what MODOK really looks like, his whole body is the chair. It's not his body then the chair. So they're kind of all just one thing. So I don't think I've seen anybody try to make a good custom MODOK with this figure. So still really cool. And that's why I have him at number 10. He's one of my favorite villains, or he's not one of my favorite villains, but, he's just kind of he's very unique in the way that LEGO made him, and it was really cool that LEGO went this way to make him. So, that's it for number 10. Now let's move on to number 9. Moving along to number 9, we have the Mandarin. Now, this Mandarin figure came out in, it was I believe it was the Malibu Mansion attack from the Iron Man 3 wave of sets back in 2013. That was 5 years ago, so this figure's been out for a while now, and still really good. With Iron Man 3 isn't one of my favorite MCU movies, and a big reason for that is because how they screwed up the Mandarin, in my opinion, because he's Iron Man's arch nemesis, and they went about his MCU counterpart in a very different way. So I wasn't really too happy about that, but the figure was really cool looking. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but the Mandarin himself was really cool when the set came out. This is actually one of 2 variants that he came in, and this is the variant that he came in with the Malibu Mansion attack, which is Iron Man's house and his lab and stuff. And then there was another version of him that came in a small $12, $13 set with the Heartbreaker suit, and he had a dune buggy that we never saw in the movie, so it was kind of weird. But that is it for number 9, so let's move on to number 8. Moving along to number 8, we have Thanos. Now, this isn't not the Thanos that was featured in the Infinity War sets. This Thanos came in a 2016 Marvel set. It was back in January. I believe it was called the Avengers Space Mission. I do remember reviewing the set for my channel though, so you guys can go check that out. But this Thanos Big Fig was a huge reason why I bought that set, and I was super excited when I found out LEGO was making a Thanos for the first time. And it also kind of set the stage, you know, like what could the Infinity War Thanos look like, because by then Infinity War was already announced. So with Thanos, he was really cool. This is based off of the Avengers Assemble cartoon, but to me though it'll always be a bit more akin to the comics, so I was really, really happy with the way that this Big Fig turned out. I thought it would have been sick if we got like a printed hand with the Infinity Gauntlet on it, because I believe in Avengers Assemble they fight Thanos and he gets all the Infinity Stones. So I never watched Avengers Assemble, so I don't know, but I was really, really happy with this Big Fig, and he's actually the only Big Fig on the list. So that is it for number 8, so let's move on to number 7. Moving right along, we actually have a tie for number 7, and that is between Doctor Doom and Loki. Now, the Doctor Doom figure was from the 2013 Daily Bugle set, and I still actually have that building intact. I have a good majority of that set still intact. It's just somewhere in my storage area. So this set was really cool, and I was really excited that LEGO made a Doctor Doom. Now, I still wish that LEGO would make like a Fantastic Four set, like just one Fantastic Four set, and then have Doctor Doom as a villain, or maybe have Silver Surfer or something like that. I don't know. Just one set, and I think I will be fine with like my LEGO Marvel collection at that point, because I have a few X-Men, have a lot of Avengers, a lot of Spider-Man. I don't know. When Doctor Doom came out, I was really hoping that they would also, when LEGO would also make a Fantastic Four set, but that wasn't the case. But Doctor Doom was still really cool. He was the main villain in the LEGO Marvel Superheroes video game later that year when this set came out. So it was really cool, and Doctor Doom just looks awesome, pulled straight out of the comics. And you guys know me, I'm a sucker for things that look like the comics, so that's it for Doctor Doom. Now with Loki, Loki is from the 2012 Avengers line sets. So this figure is 6 years old now, which is just crazy to think about that the first Avengers came out 6 years ago. But this figure was amazing, and the Avengers holds a special place in my heart, because that's like the first superhero movie that really got me into the whole world of like cinematic universes, and then that's what really like exploded my interest in comics as a whole. So Loki was a really big part of the first Avengers movie, and one of my favorite parts. I just thought he was really cool. So Loki though, pretty nice. Even though this is a repeated Bruce Wayne head for Loki, I still loved it, and Loki came in I think 3 of the 4 Avengers sets, which is awesome. So I have a ton of Lokis. And with the one from Thor Ragnarok, it was still really cool. So that is it for number 7. So let's move on to number 6. Moving along to number 6, we have Ronan The Accuser from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Now, Ronan came in the first Milano set all the way back in 2014, so about 3.5 years ago now, which is still really crazy to think that that movie came out so long ago. But Ronan was such a cool figure. To be honest, he's kind of just like that kind of villain in Guardians of the Galaxy, but recently it was announced that we're going to be seeing Ronan again in the Captain Marvel movie next year, so I think that's really cool. And you know, they're bringing him back, so maybe he'll get like a second chance to really like wow audiences like about how evil this guy is. So Ronan was really cool. He has a lot of nice printing, especially going down like the middle of his torso, and he's got the red paint marks going everywhere, and it's just the facial expression looks cool, and he has the hammer as his accessory. And Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite MCU movies, and it holds a special place in my heart, kind of for a different reason, because that was like that movie came out during Brick Fair, Virginia 2014, and that's when I met a good majority of like my really close friends today, so every time I watch that movie I kind of think about that. So Guardians of the Galaxy always has a special place in my heart, and Ronan was definitely a cool part of that movie, and the figure that LEGO made was amazing. So that is it for number 6. Now let's move on to the final 5. Starting off with the final 5, at number 5 we have Ultron Prime. So this Ultron minifigure came from the Quinjet set from the Avengers Age of Ultron sets. and I absolutely love that wave. I thought LEGO did a great job with all the sets, and the Ultron minifigures were so cool, and Ultron Prime was definitely my favorite. And I remember reviewing that set for my channel. You guys can still check it out now if you want to. Now granted, the quality won't be as good because I was on a really bad camera back then, but right now this Ultron figure still stands out to be like one of the best Marvel villains that the LEGO group has made. And Ultron was kind of iffy for me. The movie, like, it shouldn't really have been called Age of Ultron. It was more like the 3-day terror of Ultron. But anyway, the figure was great. It has a lot of nice printing, and I definitely love like the head mold that they made for the helmet and how it splits into two. And it looks so cool, and I like the bright silver chrome look that it has. So that is it for number 5. So let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we have Hela from the Thor Ragnarok set that she came in last summer, in summer of 2017. So Hela was really cool. She was definitely one of the more interesting villains of the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far. Granted that she's like the secret sibling of Thor and Loki, and how Odin used her to pretty much conquer the 9 realms. But then, lo and behold, like, you know, Hela was a really cool villain, to be honest. Thor Ragnarok isn't one of my favorite Marvel movies, to be honest. I didn't really like it that much, but Hela was one of my favorite parts of it. She was just really interesting, and a good departure from like our stereotypical like Marvel villain tropes, even though she still died at the end. So Hela was really cool, and LEGO did a fantastic job on this figure. She doesn't have a whole lot of printing besides just on her torso, but like her face and like the double-faced head that she has with her like amazing molded helmet here is just really cool, and it looks so on par with the way that Hela looked in the movie. And like accuracy-wise, this is like one of LEGO's best figures so far for Marvel villains. So that is it for number 4. So let's move on to number 3. Kicking off the top 3, we have Red Skull. Now, this Red Skull figure also came out in 2014 in the same wave as that MODOK figure that I showed earlier in this video, except he came in a different set. Now, Red Skull is like one of my favorite Marvel villains, and when he was in Captain America: The First Avenger, like Red Skull was like definitely one of like the best villains of the MCU. And I really love the first Captain America movie, and I loved Red Skull in that movie. And I love the set that Red Skull came in. He came in this, it was like a Hydra tank set, and it had a really comic book looking Hydra soldier, along with a more classic looking Captain America, along with Red Skull. And this figure is just pulled straight out of the comics, and I'm pretty sure it's also based off of Avengers Assemble, so still really cool, and I'm really glad that LEGO made Red Skull, and I love the Hydra logo on his belt buckle there. Oops, I just bumped my camera. So I still thought the set was cool, and I think it was like a $20 set at the time, so it was still a really good price. It was a good price to get Red Skull. So that is it for number 3. Now let's move on to number 2. The runner-up for the best LEGO Marvel villain minifigure is Magneto. Now, this Magneto figure is from the 2012 X-Men set, and it had Wolverine and Deadpool and this Magneto. Now, I don't really like the Magneto from the 2014 set, and then the Magneto from the Mighty Micros set, I think last year, it's not that good. This one's definitely like the best out of the 3 Magnetos that the LEGO group has given us. Now, Magneto is just one of my favorite Marvel villains in general, and he's one of my favorite parts of all the X-Men movies. So just to have him in LEGO form was really cool back when I got the set back in 2012. And I have no idea how much this figure's worth now, because it's probably not worth a lot, but it's probably worth a decent chunk of cash, because LEGO doesn't make a whole lot of X-Men sets. So and this is the only set that he came in. So Magneto was really cool, and like the helmet piece was amazing. It's just like everything is pulled straight out of the comics here. And this is just absolutely amazing. I love this figure to death. So, and oh god, looking at this figure again now really makes me wish that LEGO would make more X-Men sets, because that would just be so great if they made at least one more. So I think that is it for number 2. Now let's move on to number 1. Finally, at the number 1 spot, the best LEGO Marvel villain minifigure that the LEGO group has made was the Winter Soldier. Now, this Winter Soldier didn't come in a set. He came in a poly bag back in 2015. And I believe I actually got this. I got this poly bag from my friend Sean, TR Legos fan. I think he gave it to me at Brick Fair that year because he said he had two, and I was really wanting this figure, so he just gave it to me. So huge shout out to Sean. But this figure is just absolutely amazing, and it was kind of a combination of like the movie slash the comics, because I'll probably get into it in just a minute here. But this Winter Soldier figure is just perfect in my opinion. It is pulled straight out of the comics, and like all the detail on this figure is just really nice with all the pouches on the belts and all the straps and stuff. He's got two holsters, one on the leg and one on his chest there. And then I love this mask facial expression here because it looks more comic accurate, but then if you wanted to make it look like it was from Captain America the Winter Soldier, you could turn it around and you just have like the mask covering his mouth. So that is really it for the Winter Soldier. And that is it for this top 10 list as well. So let's get into the closing of this video. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on this video. Let me know down in the comments down below which one of these figures is your favorite, or what your personal favorite LEGO Marvel Villain minifigures are. So, because I really like to know. And mind you guys, this was just my personal opinion. If you guys have a totally different preferred set of LEGO Marvel Villains, that's totally fine. This is just my own opinion. So, again, I have rebranded my channel. From now on, I will be going under the name of Heroic Brick Studios. So, I do have stuff on the way. Like I said, I'm just not ready to talk about it just yet. Nothing else is changing about my channel for right now, so you guys don't have to worry. But yeah, so I think that will do it for this video. So leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I think I'm ready to say this now. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a Q&A celebrating that. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, I'll answer them in a video for you guys. So if you guys are excited for that, then definitely leave a thumbs up and sub to the channel if you guys want to see it soon. So again, thank you guys for watching. Follow me on all my social media platforms like down in the description below. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.